Hey there, boils and ghouls. It's your friend Tats, and I'm back with another video. We do finally have a 4K Blu-ray to review for today, courtesy of Kino Lorber. I've got Needful Things from 1993, the adaptation of Stephen King's book. Also, if you haven't read Stephen King's book, I actually do recommend it because even though, especially with the TV cut, there's quite a bit from the book that made it into the movie, but there's still quite a bit of the book that never made it. So I would say, if you ever have the chance, and I mean, it's a pretty good sized book, I ain't gonna lie to you, but yeah, if you ever get the chance, read the book. The book is really good. But anyway, so we finally got this bad boy on 4K, and I ended up getting it for $24.96 plus tax. Probably most places you're going to get it's going to be in the realm of like $27.99 to like $30.99, something like that. But I was lucky; I was able to get a couple of bucks off. And overall, I'm really happy with it. I enjoy the film, and this is a movie I've watched multiple times. Me and my mother went to go see it in the movie theater when it first came out, and it was kind of funny though because I remember seeing stuff in the, in the trailer and everything that didn't make it into the movie. It wasn't until a couple of years after this came out and everything I finally was able to see the TV cut either on TBS or TNT that I noticed that some of the things that I had seen in the theatrical trailer were actually in the TV cut because that was basically like a 4-hour, basically kind of mini series cut of the film, and for the longest time, it's like I had seen it on VHS, DVD, Blu-ray when Kino Lorber put their Blu-ray out, and now finally get to see it on 4K and everything. And like I said, overall, I'm really pleased with the purchase. I will say, in terms of picture quality, this is only my personal opinion. But I really do think that the 4K is an improvement over the old Blu-ray that Kino put out, several years back. And I could just remember looking at it and thinking, it's like, wow, this really doesn't look very good. It's like, it seems like they could have, kind of cleaned up the picture and stuff, and just to me this looks better. It's just my personal opinion. And one thing I will note is like, okay, the main reason you're going to get this, if you're watching this, you pretty much already know. The big thing about this release is this movie does have the 191-minute TV cut. So this is, the main reason you're going to, even if you have the Blu-ray from before, the reason you're going to double dip is you're going to want that 191-minute, 3-hour plus TV cut. But there is a Blu-ray option available. So if you're not into 4K, but you still want that 3-hour cut, and you want to save you a couple of bucks, there is a Blu-ray of it available. You can just get that instead. I'm thinking though, probably the Blu-ray would probably be about the same as what I paid for this. Maybe $1 or $2 cheaper. I'm not sure, but. In terms of picture quality, like I said, I do think that this is an improvement. I definitely notice a nice amount of detail, especially one thing I definitely noticed is kind of like the weather-worn look. I never noticed it before, but at the beginning of the movie when Brian is going to the store and you kind of see the exterior of it and everything, I never really noticed or paid attention to how kind of like weather-worn and kind of run-down looking the outside of the Needful Things store is, and I thought that was a nice touch. And then also too, just other little things I started to pick up on, noticing detail like, dirt on the police cars and things like that. So those little subtle things that came out, and that's what I noticed about it. In terms of the sound quality, another thing too is like this movie, the 4K really, and there is HDR on it. You do get high dynamic range. The 4K really does shine, and in the final act of the film when kind of like all hell's breaking loose and Castle Rock is falling apart, and it's up to Alan to kind of save the day and everything. Yeah, just overall, I really am impressed, and I think if you are a fan of the theatrical cut, you are going to want this because, just like I said, just my opinion personally, the picture quality is a little bit better. Sound quality. Now we're talking a different story. The sound quality on here, what you get is you have a choice between master audio, DTS master audio, 2.0 or you got a 5.1. So you get a choice between those. Just my personal opinion, I think the 5.1 is maybe just a tiny little bit better, but not by much. So in terms of sound, this really is your, if you're just using the regular speaker on your TV, you're probably gonna have to crank it up pretty good to hear it. And if not, you'd probably be all right if you got a good sound system, But yeah, just unfortunately, that's kind of it's getting to be kind of par for the course with a lot of these new 4K releases. Just the picture quality is an improvement, but it seems like they tend to be lacking in the sound quality in some instances. That being said, though, still overall, I do recommend picking this bad boy up. And what you get, in terms of bonus features, you got the audio commentary that's carried over from the original by director Fraser C. Heston, moderated by Scorpion Releasing Matt Olson. You got the 191-minute television cut of the film. The Devil is in the Details, an interview with screenwriter W.D. Richter, and theatrical trailer. So, you got that. And then here's your slipcover. So, Max von Sydow as Leland Gaunt. God, he was so good in this movie, and may he rest in peace. I miss Max von Sydow, especially now. It's like, how cool would it have been? Now we got Exorcist Believer coming out. There's my air conditioner. How cool would it have been if we got Exorcist Believer coming out, and like if Max von Sydow and Jason Miller were able to like come back. I know they were trying to do kind of a Halloween thing. That's what it looks like they're trying to do, is like a Halloween kind of a thing with Ellen Burstyn. But it's like, I think it'd be a little bit more effective if if they had been able to bring back Max von Sydow and Jason Miller. That's just my opinion, but I'm still gonna still check out the movie. It looks pretty good. It looks like it'd be interesting. But anyway, so we got that, and then you do have different cover art. So there is that, and the back is the same thing. Now, no reversible cover art. So not much interesting there. One thing I will say about Kino Lorber I've never been really particularly fond of is their disc art. So here you go. I mean, yeah, you can see like right there, you got the theatrical cut, television cut, but it's just always the same thing. Just kind of that bland same old, disc art that you always get. Well, not always, but majority of the time you get with Kino Lorber releases. But so yeah, I mean, it's pretty basic. It's pretty simple. But let's be honest with you. The real reason you're going to want to get this, obviously, is going to be the TV cut. This is over an hour of extra footage added back into the film. Now, of course, being a TV cut, there is a little caveat with this. Number one is, if you're going to be irritated, I'm going to tell you right here and now, some of the language, a lot of the F-bomb, well, all the F-bombs and some of the language is, edited out or dubbed over or changed or whatever else. And being a TV cut, when you could tell, like when the movie went to commercial break, because, the action will be happening and then it goes to black, then it'll, pull back up again. So just, be warned about that. So, but it's still worth it though, just for that extra hour of footage, just to see all the things you didn't get to see, in the theater. So if this sells, which I believe it's going to, I think that that's going to be the big reason why. But I'm also kind of thinking though too, if this sells, either the 4K or the Blu-ray or both, I kind of get a feeling, I don't think this is going to be the end of Needful Things. I kind of wonder if, maybe not today or tomorrow, but maybe at some point down the road, when we least expect it, hey, guess what? Now there's going to be a release of the TV cut, but what they're going to do is just turn it into the film itself. It's just going to be a 191-minute movie, and all the F-bombs and everything will be put back into the movie. Any violence or anything like that was edited out will now be edited back in. I have a feeling, I kind of got a feeling, I think especially if this sells well, which I anticipate it will, and like I said, not just this, but you got a Blu-ray version of it too. So if this sells well, which I anticipate it will, I don't think this is going to be the end of Needful Things. I think at some point we probably will see something like this come around. But for right now, honestly, I'm just happy to have it, and I'm not sorry that I bought this. I'm not sorry one little bit. Like I said, I do feel like the 4K is an improvement over the past Kino Lorber Blu-ray. And, it is nice to finally get the 191-minute cut. And, yeah, so, I mean, sure, some more bonus features would have been nice, maybe like some, documentary or featurettes or interviews or something like that. Yeah, that would have been cool, but oh well. At least we got what we got. So, this is an improvement over, in many, many respects. This really is an improvement over the old Kino Lorber Blu-ray. So I am happy to have it, and I'm not sorry that I bought it. So yeah, I say if you want, if you're a fan of the movie and you want it, go ahead and get it. And especially if you haven't seen the 191-minute cut, it's really, really interesting when you see how much stuff was actually edited out of the film, and now you get to see at least the majority of it restored. So that's it. So yeah, pick it up. So if anybody took the time to watch this, I thank you for doing it, and I appreciate you for doing it. I also hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, would you please leave it a like? If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. And looking forward to the upcoming months. August, September, October. It looks like we got some good stuff coming on the way. So it's going to be fun to pick that stuff up and review that. But so that's it. So everybody take care. Have a good night, and I'll see you later.